Hey guys, so yesterday, customer dropped off this beautiful 1966 Galaxie 500. It's a 352 engine. Everything looks all original. It did have some work in the rear quarters at some point along the line. Very well taken care of, meticulously maintained. Long list through the years, 19s from 66 of what was done to the car. Beautiful car. My brother, Thomas, my nephews, Drake and Jace were here yesterday when the car got dropped off. We weren't expecting it for another week or so. So immediately they jumped right in. They had to get their fingers on it. They got in, checking out the car. I was busy with a customer car. I couldn't do much, but I did get a few shots of them bringing the car, dropping it off. My brother and Jace got right into it, cleaning out the mouse houses because there was a bunch. The trunk, inside the car. We wanted to make sure they were all evacuated. No more living in here when just being in the shop. I don't want mice in here. So cleaned up all that. Glove box, dash, behind the dash, in the trunk lid there was mouse houses. So I'll get into that here. You guys can watch that quick and then we'll get into some of the details of this car. It's a cool story. Well, would you look at this. Customer's dropping me off a little project. Thomas, run up and tell him we're putting it inside. 66 Galaxie 500. Yep. Beautiful. We'll be getting into this in a little bit. We'll put the cushions behind it. Beautiful. That'll be perfect. Rolls really nice. Now, I don't know if there's lights.
You're lucky you even.
I'm getting some of the mouse house under. Those are the hazards?
Yeah, those are the emergency flashers.
No kidding.
That's cool.
Nieces got in it. There's one little hole in the headliner, but the rest is beautiful. So, yeah, Thomas cleaning that up. Jace has been vacuuming. You can start on the engine if you want. And then when Thomas gets out of the way, you can do that. Cleaning things up. So yeah, my brother and Jace were able to get it cleaned up pretty good. Jace cleaned up the engine, some of the mouse poo, just leaves, debris. Just start getting that cleaned up because we're probably going to end up washing everything real good before we start working on it. The little bit I did get to talk to the customer last week when he stopped, and yesterday when he brought the car. His dad bought this car brand new in 1966 and obviously loved this car because it was well taken care of. Customer said he hasn't had to pick the name yet either, but it gives me Lucy vibes. The beautiful red, beautiful chrome, gives me Lucy vibes. So Pat, if you're watching, I like Lucy, but so after the way it sounds, unfortunately, the gentleman's dad had passed, and after kind of family fight and litigation and stuff, the car ended up going to an auction house. And the gentleman bought it to get it back on the road, to drive it, to enjoy it, because it was his dad's car. And I'd do the same, man. It's been off the road for 25 years that I can tell. The tires, according to the sheet, and I'll show you in a second, according to the sheet here, tires were put on in 1993. I date coded the tires and they're 91, so I assume 93 is correct. I was able to find, though, these do not have very many miles on these tires. They're nearly brand new, so not a lot of miles were put on them. But I was able to find a sticker on the driver's door. The last oil change was November of 2000. So I imagine oil change before it got parked for that winter. I checked the engine oil. It is pretty fresh oil. It does have gas in it, I assume, from when the auction house had it. They had got it running off a can, and I assume they flooded it trying to get it running. So it does have gas in the oil. So let's just do a quick walk around. We'll talk some more. I'll show you some of the paperwork. It's neat. It's even got the original sales sticker, the window sticker for the car. So I'll show you some of that. So like I said, it's very well documented. This is the original window sticker from 1966. The guy bought it. $3,420.36 for a brand new Galaxie 500. Pretty neat stuff. The sales receipt, traded in a car, got $620.36 for the car. Very cool. Again, like I said, very well documented, all the way from 67. This is hard to see, but I mean, brand new exhaust, 1980. The whole system was done, mufflers. And again, tailpipes in 87. New fuel pump, radiator, I don't know. Radial tires, yeah, that was 93. Fuel pump and new points. It doesn't give a date there, but you can tell the fuel pump is fairly new, and they were using that at the auction house. They were pumping out of that, or into it out of a can, to get this to fire off. So I can kind of maybe show you what I was talking about. These are like brand new tires. I mean, tread wise, and really they're not even weather checked. So they are good tires. The guy doesn't know for sure if he wants to keep the original tire, or not the original tires, but the original rims. I think they look sharp on this car. He's thinking a newer style, wider tire. This is beautiful. The rear quarters were done at some point, who knows when. We'll go back there in a little bit. The interior on this thing. Oh, I see we still got some more mouse house in here. I'll have to finish getting that out. Must have felt there must still be more up under the dash. We thought we got most of it. Between Thomas and Jace, they were in here getting as much as they could. I guess Jace wants to come back today and clean up the interior. He's looking to make a couple bucks, help fix his dirt bike he's got. A beautiful car. It's not the original spare. It is from the early 70s. I think it said 71. There was some brake work done at some time. And I don't know, front or rear. We'll find out. Spare parts. There's like points, condenser, new radiator cap, new belts. And from what I can tell, those are from like the late 90s. Original jack and such. You can tell it's been repainted. It is like a factory, it is the factory color. Beautiful car. So the guy wanted to bring it in. So like go through the brake system, check all the lines, make sure the brakes are gonna work. He never even touched them, even pulling it in the garage. You could tell he didn't even touch the brakes. He didn't want to. And these new spark plugs, the ones in it are old. And I believe they're on that sheet when they were changed. They're pretty old. So I'll do plugs, wires, go through, clean up the points. He said he doesn't like points, but so he might do like a newer style distributor in it, like a HEI. So get some of this out of the way here. He wants it road ready. It's, you know, been off the road 25 years. So make sure the brakes are all good. Engine looks pretty good too. So I mean, no visible leaks. But it does need new plugs. Wires are super hard. Gas line super hard. Like I said, they had disconnected the power steering, so hopefully that's okay. This is I don't know what the deal was there. That's fuel filter they were pulling for when they pulled it out of the can. I guess it does run. I don't know how well. But yeah, you might probably end up changing the master cylinder just so it's good for ever. But it does have fluid, so it's not leaking anywhere. Again, it had brake work at some point. Again, I don't know if it was front or rear, but we'll get into that. And he just wants to make sure it's road ready, safe. If the lines are rusty and crusty, they'll all get changed. These are drum brakes, so if cylinders are bad, replace them. I'm going to go over it first before I just start replacing everything on it. If it's good, it's good. I mean, I've had cars, the Impala, those haven't been changed in like, well, not changed, 20 years. For the cylinders and everything in the wheels. I changed pads and did bearings. I'll do the wheel bearings on it, check them, pack them if they're good. Rear end needs to be gone through, pop the cover off, clean it all up good, new diff fluid. It does need exhaust. It's rotted in the back. I haven't been under the car yet to find out. I guess my nephew Drake said the frame looked a little bad back here. I haven't looked at it yet. I'll get under there in a little bit. And because the first thing I'm going to do is fuel system. Check it out. I don't know if I'm going to try to drain it, scope it, see how rusty it is. Maybe just try to pull fuel out of it and see what it looks like, see if it's pulling a lot of rust and sediment. I don't even know if it has gas in it yet. So, but it is a beautiful car. So it's going to be fuel system first, then I'll get into the brakes. I'll start soaking everything that might have to come off. Just get some PB Blaster in there and see what we got going on. So we'll get into that. This is it's going to be here for a little while, especially if it needs a new tank. The guy said we'll get a new tank if it's too crusty. So that'll be, you know, a week before we get that, if anything. If anything. So, it is a beautiful car. Like I said, well maintained, obviously. Not a lot of, no leaks. Looked like it has a leak. Transmission might be leaking, but that could just be from sitting, you know. Probably pull the pan, new filter, new gasket. So kind of just regular maintenance for something like this, for sitting so long. We don't know yet. So yeah, I'll get back into it when I get the rear end up in the air, and I'll start going over the tank. Like I said, start squirting stuff that's gonna have to come apart, and we'll go from there. So I'll be updating and videoing the whole process of everything that I do just for the customer, so he knows. So when we're in contact, what do you want to do? I can show him all the stuff. He'll see the videos, pictures. So there you go, guys. 66 Galaxie 500. Beautiful car. Let's see if we can get her ready for this guy so he can run it this summer and enjoy it. All right, so we were messing with the gas tank. I took the cap off, and oh my goodness, I'll tell you what, it absolutely reeks. But luckily, I threw a battery in the car. It only has an 1/8 tank of gas, and the gauge works. I even got dome lightage. But this absolutely just reeks. This fuel is so bad. I was able to, well, if you look, well, here. This is the original fuel line. These are cool. They're plastic all the way back to the tank. Plastic lines. I was able to force feed air back to the tank, pressurize it with the cap on, and now it is draining the fuel from the rear. But look at how nasty. I wish you could smell this. It is just absolutely brown red. That fuel filter is still in the line. I left that in there so I could see what kind of sediment was coming out of here. So I'm gonna let this drain. As much will drain out. Throw some fresh fuel in it. Let that drain out. And then we'll just see what kind of sediment it's pulling. If we don't have to pull the tank, if it doesn't have a lot of rust in it, then we're not going to. So we're going to wait and see what this does, see how much fuel we get out of it, and just how gross it is. All right, so unfortunately, we'll put some fresh gas in it to help clear out the line and all that other stuff. And oh, it started leaking gas. Tank is bad. It's got multiple pinholes in it. So I already cleaned up the threads on the bolts, strap bolts. Jack's ready to go underneath it. Did loosen them up so they're loose. And I couldn't get a socket on it because it's too long, so I had to use a wrench. So now I'm gonna zip it off and get this tank down out of the way. I already got it on out from the other side. Cool thing is Ford put them on the side on this style. So the plug in the, this lighting sucks. The plug in the hose is right in the side. It's fairly easy to get to. It's off, it's ready to go. Pop these straps off and drop this tank. So I'll get back when the tank's out. Well, the tank is out after one wicked fight. The thing was basically mudded into the car and fought like crazy to get the fill hole out of this hole. That was a nightmare. Ended up poking a hole in the tank because it was so thin. This thing made a wicked mess. Crazy. But it's out. Making a bigger mess. So I'm gonna get this thing outside and we'll check it out. Okay, yeah, that made a big mess. I'm not even taking this thing apart to look at it. I don't need to. Pop the hole in it. This thing's pretty rotten. Should have known. But yeah, I'm just caked on dirt. The underbody of the car looks similar. So that's all going to have to be cleaned up really good. And I'll probably painted up in there just for, you know, corrosion resistance. But yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, this thing, that feller flopped me getting out of that tank. But it's got some, it'll be fine. Get this out of there. So we'll get her. But that made a huge mess. So now I wait, really, literally. Took the rear brakes apart to check them out. This one's not terrible. Cylinder's stuck. Passenger side. This one's worse. The pad's missing completely on this side. And that's locked up. Cylinder. Brake was broke. Which wasn't a huge deal, but guy ordered a fuel tank, and I'll do another update with the brakes. He's got a different idea for that, so that'll be another video. What was going to be just a simple run lines, you know, turned into a huge, which will be awesome project. So we'll wait and see. He ordered about $2,200 worth of parts today. So all right, and new radiators coming because he wants a different one. So I'll be updating more later. I gotta get this thing back together down on the floor so I can roll it forward, clean up the big mess back there, degrease the everything, spilling gas everywhere, and clean up. Alright, so got the floors all cleaned up and some of the gas stink out of here. Obviously it's going to stick around for a while. So now I'm just waiting for parts, waiting for the tank. I'm actually, the customer decided to do some upgrades. So this will be the end of part one. I imagine it's going to be a week or so before I get into the new tank brakes and entire brake system. So part two will be coming, and I will update with what I got going on with the brake system, tank, and go from there. Got all the stuff to do tune-up on the engine, all sorts of stuff. So this is part one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to like, share, comment, follow along, go right ahead. It's a beautiful car. It's going to be here a while, and I'll do as many 2-3 videos, however many it takes. So the part one is done. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think. I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one.